After a fairly dull July, the Indian indices have had a fortune of kicking off August on a really healthy note. A combination of robust domestic fundamentals and improving external scenario sent stocks soaring on Monday. It all started in Asia, where a slowdown in China's manufacturing sector stoked expectations of a slow tightening. Europe picked up the cues after HSBC and BNP Paribas announced stellar results, and Eurozone PMI climbed. On Wall Street, investors cheered a less than anticipated fall in manufacturing PMI, while construction spending rose unexpectedly. The start today again will be quite healthy. Most Asian markets are up marginally. A big question is whether this rally can sustain now. Global cues will continue to be a crucial factor along with FII inflows and the remaining Q1 earnings. Going forward, IIP data and inflation data will have a role to play in driving the sentiments. One word of caution, Monday's rise came on low volumes, so one has to see how today's session unfolds before jumping to any decisive conclusion. Lot of developments is taking place on the political front, which the markets have chosen to overlook so far, as risk tolerance is quite high. Monsoon seems to be getting better, though at some places there has been excess rainfall lately. Overall, India is on a solid footing even as other key regions of the world are still facing a few economic challenges. The US is growing slowly, and that too due to extraordinary stimulus. Europe is on an austerity drive and it looks to rein in debts and deficits. Japan remains mired in deflation and China appears to be slowing down. The results to be declared today are Hindalco, Infinite Computers, NDTV, Platico Pharma, Punch Lloyd, Spice Mobile, Swaraj Engines, Uflex and Wellspun India. The FIIs were net buyers of Rs 7.28 billion in the cash segment on Monday provisionally, according to the NSE website. The local funds were net sellers of Rs 1.71 billion. The other news for the day is India's defense forces will soon have a pan-India wireless broadband network. India's exports for the month of July rose 30% to $17.7 billion and imports were up 23% year-on-year to $23.8 billion. The Supreme Court has asked private telecom companies which are members of the Cellular Operators Association of India to submit their revenue sharing details to the Controller and Auditor General within 2 weeks. Maruti Suzuki has raised prices of all its models except Alto by up to Rs 7,500 owing to sharp increase in its input costs. L&T has secured an order worth Rs 65 billion from Jayaprakash Power Ventures for a 1,980 megawatt power plant in Uttar Pradesh. The Lok Sabha passed the State Bank of India Amendment Bill 2010, which seeks to, among other things, reduce the statutory minimum shareholding of the central government in the bank to 51% from the current level of 55%. PFC is likely to approach the government for fresh equity issuance, and Corporation Bank has raised its prime lending rate by 50 basis points to 12.5%, effective from the 2nd August 2010. M&M sales volumes for the month of July were up 24.3% at 28,049 units. Moving on to the recommendations, the derivative strategies are Long Gale August future in the range of Rs 449 to Rs 452 for a target price of Rs 463 and a stop loss is to be placed at Rs 442. And Long Tata Chemicals August future in the range of Rs 355 to Rs 357 for a target price of Rs 370 and a stop loss is to be placed at Rs 347.50. The technical calls are a buy on coupons. A successful move above Rs 327 could see the stock attempting Rs 345 in the near term. Based on the above evidences, we recommend traders to buy the stock above levels of Rs 327 with a stop loss to be placed at Rs 320 for a target price of Rs 345. And a buy on Ranbaxy Laboratories. We advise buying the stock above levels of Rs 456 with stop loss at Rs 450 for a target price of Rs 470 and 484. Thank you and have a great day ahead.